your three conveners of next year's ANZCA ASM that's being held in Kuala Lumpur. Hi guys, thanks for joining us. We've got Dr. Chris Orlikowski, and Professor Nico Terblanche and Dr. Colin Chilvers. Thanks for joining us, guys. So yeah, we're talking about next year's ASM with you guys at the moment, and we'll start with you, Chris. So you're heading the pain program next year. Tell us a bit about that.
Yes, I'm the pain convener for this meeting, and we've got a program which is really looking forward. We've got two great international speakers. We have Lawrence Puri from California, who's an expert on neuromodulation. Neuromodulation is currently becoming much more sophisticated and is growing interest in Australia. So he'll be doing a plenary about it, because a lot of anaesthetists won't know much about neuromodulation. And we're also going to have Chad Brannett from Michigan. He does a lot about opiates, but most interesting about fibromyalgia, which is a very poorly understood but a chronic pain condition, and his work now suggesting that we all have a tendency to fibromyalgia, and by scoring that, your fibromyalgia score, it can actually predict how much opiates you use post-operatively as well. Our education day is Pain at Interface, and we bring together psychiatrists, rheumatologists, drug and alcohol specialists, and a psychologist, because most of our patients in chronic pain have issues which relate to all those disciplines, and I think it will be a great educational opportunity for us to learn from those people. We often refer to them, and to get some further insights about that. What we'll be looking at is not for diagnosis of, for example, mental health conditions, but what is the process of how, over time, and how we can perhaps influence, or how we do influence or maybe change aspects of the other specialities.
Oh, okay, and now we'll move on to Nico. So you're talking about the ASM in general, so I guess just give us a bit of an overview of what to expect.
Absolutely. So we'll be hosting the ASM in Kuala Lumpur at the Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre. State-of-the-art, award-winning. They're very used to hosting large conferences such as ours. It's located in the heart of Kuala Lumpur, and it's really in close proximity to lots of hotel rooms. There's top culinary offerings there, and it's great shopping in close proximity. The theme of the meeting, importantly, is New Worlds Come Explore. And I think it's really exciting because Asia we see as a world of opportunity, and it'll be a great location to come and visit and experience, not only a terrific and thought-provoking scientific program, but everything exotic that Malaysia has to offer. I think it's a great place to bring the whole family, because you can have a great holiday, right in Kuala Lumpur, or you can go to it's surrounded by jungles and beaches and all sorts of things. So, I think it's going to be a really great meeting, and it's a fantastic location.
Yeah, anything new, I guess, that you're bringing from this year and presenting next year?
Well, we are specifically looking at new technologies and bringing in the aspect around, how we can change things for future generations in terms of advancing technologies. And with the launch, we've had the virtual reality experience, and we'll be looking at how that would advance our speciality in future. So there's literally lots of new technologies and virtual reality experiences for people to go to, and we'll be advancing things that way.
Awesome. Sounds fantastic. Very exciting.
Yeah.
Last up, we've got Colin. How are you going? So you're heading the scientific program next year.
We've been lucky because we've co-badged this meeting with the UK College of Anaesthetists, the Irish College of Anaesthetists, and the Malaysian College of Anaesthetists. We've got additional international speakers coming from those countries. I think that'll add a bit of sort of extra flavour to it. We've also got already have industry-sponsored speakers coming internationally, so I think we probably have more international speakers coming to perhaps than any conference before. Nico's talked about some of the sort of sub-themes we've got. There's an airway satellite meeting of the special interest group, so there's going to be additional emphasis on airway. We're looking at anaesthesia outside of just the Australian capital cities, so rural anaesthesia, overseas aid will be highlighted, and education of the sort of new generation of anaesthetists. And I think we made a deliberate effort to try and promote and highlight some up-and-coming speakers. So there'll be a lot of Australian and New Zealand speakers will be be good speakers, but who are new in their fields, have got upcoming ideas, and there'll be a few quirky things in there as well, because we're from Tasmania, so there we are.
Got to add those in. Thank you so much for joining us, guys, and I guess good luck for next year. It sounds
Thank
like a
you,
great year.
appreciate it. Yeah, it's going to be awesome.